All right, new and once again hot day today. We are going to remove this back box and I'm going to try and mock up something for this tire. Yeah, we're gonna mess with that. So with this box, it looks like it's just held in with two screws right there, and I think it should come off. I'm gonna see you when I get those things undone. Oh, wow. All right. Well, there goes that. Box just came off and fenders come off with it with those two screws. And now we get a good look at what we're trying to deal with. So, roll it over here. So. Hey, see, it rolls. Some of y'all probably thought it didn't roll. So what I was thinking of is putting some of those tire-looking washers or like mesh things here so I can bolt the sprocket on and maybe get a chain around that and then mount the motor somewhere up here. That's my train of thought. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna try getting that tire off and see if I can bolt one of those things on there. All right, let me show you what I'm thinking about. Literally all I'm thinking about doing is getting this sprocket that you find on regular motorized bikes, normal motorized bike sprocket, and drilling some holes into this sprocket here, and then bolting these smaller holes onto the holes that I'm gonna drill here. In theory, I'm thinking it'll work because on the ground, I can still ride it with this sprocket because this is the one that goes to the pedals. And then it'll still ride, and then this just move the chain on the motor and all that. It'll be fine. And whenever I want to use the motor, I can just use the motor and it'll be powering this chain, this sprocket, this side of the sprocket. So it'd be like if it was rolling down a hill basically, and this would just be spinning, free spinning. See? In theory, I think it'll work. I don't know. We're gonna find out one way or another. All right, don't mind the people putting the roof in the background, but I'm gonna show y'all what I got going on here. So I'm gonna try and bypass the governor because I don't have time right now to remove the governor, or I don't feel like doing it because I don't have a gasket. So what I'm gonna do is there's normally a spring that goes from here to that throttle arm, and so whenever you give it throttle, this spring goes with it and the governor arm moves, goes full throttle. And whenever you get to a certain RPM, this governor arm shoots backwards to, like, you know, govern the motor. So what I'm gonna do with that spring, this is the spring right here. I'm gonna solder the spring up so it can't spring back. And I'm gonna see if that works. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna buy a gasket and remove the governor completely. So we'll see how it works. I'll get with y'all in a minute. All right, I'm gonna show you what I got. So, very bad soldering job. I used the wrong solder. I might go and try and redo it with the right solder, but you can see there's just a little bit of play in there. And if I try to move the arm back, it doesn't go back. It won't go back at all. So that means the governor won't be engaged. So I'm gonna put it back together, go grab some oil from the hardware store and see if I can get it started. Okay, sorry for the fan noise, but I took it out again, went to the hardware store, found this solder, and soldered it a little bit better. Now the spring doesn't even move at all, which is a good thing. It's almost like a weld. Just really was not as good as a weld, but like start using that. I might be able to even try soldering this to that. What do you call it? Right here. Trying to get the sprocket to get onto this shaft. I don't know if I showed y'all last night. Maybe try to weld it like that. I don't know. See if that works. If not, then just go back to my original plan of getting some bolt, some like clamp, like sprocket adapter or whatever, and trying to bolt it onto that thing, but we'll figure it out later. All right, went ahead, threw some gas in it, threw some oil, use that oil if you are wondering. Gonna see how many pulls it takes to start. This very first start, haven't touched it. Press, yeah, there you go, that's on. I think I need to choke it. I don't know. Just see. It starts. First start. Sounds pretty good. Alright, so Amazon guy dropped off some parts. Got clutch and this spring, or not the spring, this washer and bolt thing. So I'm gonna see if I can get these on. Hopefully they're right. Find out. Alright, so I got my clutch. I'm going to throw that on there, and then this goes like this with the big washer, lock washer, and this little bolt. If I can get it, there it goes. You screw that in, tighten it up, and good to go. Alright, now I got this. This is the new bracket. Just telling y'all about. So it's gonna go on that brown piece. This bracket, you might know if y'all like ride bikes a lot. Let me move over here. It's gonna go on this piece to hold this sprocket in, and I'm gonna see if I can get it in real quick. Drop my phone, I'll get back with you in a minute. Alright, it's gonna go something like that. You can see this piece right here is bolted to that bracket right there, if y'all can see it. I'm gonna get some, I bought these at the hardware store, some little grub screws. I'm gonna try drill and tap a hole through here, and maybe it can bite onto this piece right there in the middle, so I can get some bite onto it. And I got some decent spacing between there, so this sprocket can line up with that sprocket over there. Should be good there. I might have to move it over a little bit. Yeah, look how close it is. I'm definitely gonna move it over a little bit. And that's all I think for now. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna move it over some. See how much thread's on here? Yeah. I need to drill some holes for the mount. It's not mounted in yet. The sprocket still spins. So yeah, that's how this hub assembly is gonna go. Y'all were wondering how that's gonna go. There you go. And what I'm thinking about doing is getting a plate, like a 1/4-inch steel plate, go from here, make a flat plate, and then go down to somewhere here, make some bracket or something to hold the motor up. See how that works. If it doesn't, then oh well, just build another one. It's not that hard to build. But yeah, there's this. I'm gonna see how long this takes to build one video, and I might be able to get this video out today. If not, then you'll see this in another video. Alright, sorry about the waterfall noise. So I'm going to go ahead. I started without recording. That's my bad. I'm cutting up this box because I might try and use it as a motor mount. I don't know if it'll work. It's free. I was gonna throw it away anyways. If I can use this bottom piece of metal, which I hope is still good, then I'm gonna use it because it has these mounts that mount to that frame on the bike. If not, I'm just gonna go to Home Depot and buy some new sheet metal and make the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting. Alright, you can kind of see what I was going for here. I got the mount onto the frame with the motor on there, just sitting on there. I went ahead and marked where I need to cut a hole for the chain to go through. Went ahead, kind of see it where that middle sprocket is. Looks good. I might need to widen it a little bit more for the chain. I might as well do that. And I know this metal's too thin to hold this motor, so I'm gonna get like a 1/4-inch steel plate and put it on top of here, and like kind of act like a spacer, but it'll help the metal from flexing. But yeah, that's my thoughts, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut that metal real quick. All right, let me show you where I'm at right now. So these pieces right here were too long. I haven't cut these yet. See how much longer they are? Actually, it's about like that. So I cut maybe a quarter of an inch off of it, and I'm hoping that we'll have enough spacing because it didn't all fit in this piece right here. So I'm gonna cut those down a little bit, see if I can scrap it all together with all these pieces, and then see if I can get back with you then. All right, let me go ahead and show y'all what I did. So it's been a while, I know, or it looks like I've gone a lot more progress. I know I have. I went ahead, drilled and tapped these holes. They ended up being too long for this shaft. They ended up going past here, like extending past this length of this shaft inside. So I cut this. Y'all can't see. Hold on. There you. No, I'll just hold you. I cut this right here, just a little bit more. It was way longer than that, so I cut it. And I went to the hardware store and grabbed some bolts, and those bolts were too small. So then I drilled and tapped new holes in here, and spacing is good on the chain. Well, I might have to push this over a little bit because you can see it's not quite lined up, but it might work. I don't know, I'm gonna try it. But for now, I think it's working good. We're gonna see how much this slips. I don't know if it'll slip that bad or a lot. If it does slip, I'll drill 2 holes in here and tap them into this metal piece in the middle. All I need to do now is drill some holes for the motor mount and route up a chain and get all those chains working over there, and get some get some tires and tubes. Then I want to get that plate for the motor so it's stronger, and I think that's it. But for now, I got the biggest headache done with. It's done and ready to go. So I think I'm going to end this video here so that I can just knock it out in 2 parts. So that's the end of this one. Got the majority of it done. If y'all can see, motor is just sitting on there and sprocket is on. So I'll get back with y'all later.